Hi, welcome to Workout of the Week number 4. I'm TC Fit trainer Michelle, and this workout features 3 sets of exercises, 6 exercises in the lower body, and then upper body set, and a core set. You'll want to make sure you're wearing your tennis shoes. You may also want to have a bathroom hand towel. If you have the option for a solid wood floor or a laminate floor, that'll give you a little bit more variety in a few of your exercises, but not necessary. You'll also see a playlist in the description box with this video, so make sure you have some music you're ready to crank up and have a good workout. And make sure you have plenty of space. Safety always comes first, so modify the exercises that don't feel good to you. Okay to have a muscle burn, but we never want to push through pain. This workout also has a little bit of a game to it. So the first time through, we're going to do the exercises straight through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if you're choosing to do this workout again during the week, you may want to take a regular game die and roll it so you can mix up the order of your exercises. There's no perfect way. It's all about just staying moving and finding ways to work your body a little differently. Let's go ahead and get started. Setting up for our squat. Feet are about hip width apart, toes face forward. We take the hips down and push through the feet evenly to come back to the top. 50 seconds here, 5-0, and then we have 10 seconds to switch exercises. So you're working at your own pace as long as you're keeping good form. Again, weight in both feet. Weight comes through the knees, and we're keeping those knees back as we push the hips back. If you're feeling any knee discomfort, you can stay on the top half of the motion, or for added intensity, try to get those thighs parallel with the floor. If you have your hand towel with you, this is your second time through the exercise this week, you may want to also add a bicep curl. Remember to breathe, get the oxygen in and out. 4, 3, 2, last one, and we're all the way at the top. We're setting up for our runner's lunge. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We drop the hips into our lunge and go opposite arm length. This is a quick movement. We're driving that knee forward. Lots of muscles working here, but I'm feeling the majority of the work through my stationary leg. We want all of the muscles around the hip stabilizing and keeping one leg stable while the other leg is doing the movement. Switch sides. Notice I'm keeping that neutral spine and not curving the back. 15 seconds. This should bring your heart rate up. Keep moving. 5 more seconds. And pause. We're moving on to plie squats, taking the toes out wide. With this, I like my hands on the hips, but whatever feels best for you. We drop straight down. So with our squats, our hips push back. With our plie squats, the torso is nice and tall, and we drop straight between the knees. I'm making sure that my knees are tracking the same direction as my toes. Every time I lift to the top, I think about that squeeze of the inner thighs coming towards the middle. If you're looking for more intensity for this last 10 seconds, take that plie squat low and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is our lateral lunge. I have the option to fold the towel, tuck it under my moving side foot, and I'm going to take that lunge out to the side for a slide. If you don't have that hard surface floor, you can keep the lunge just with a step out and a step in. Either way, notice that my stabilizing leg is tracking hip, knee, ankle all in the same line. Time to switch sides. This workout is ever changing. We're moved quickly through the exercises, but all of the exercises in this first set are for the lower body and creating some endurance work for the legs. One more. Time to switch exercises. We're moving into our reverse lunge. Again, with the towel, you can take this and use a slide. If you don't have that towel, you could always take it in the reverse lunge and tap forward. So tap back, tap forward. My torso stays tall, my shoulder blades stay down and back. It's already time to switch legs. Ten more seconds. Should be feeling that muscle burn. Glutes, hamstrings, quads, all working together here. One more. And our final exercise of the lower body set, calf raises. So I start with my feet parallel, and I want to get those heels as high as I can off the floor. The calf raise has three directions, 3-foot positions that we can choose. So we're starting with parallel. Feel free to stay here or take your toes out wide. Get that little extra push at the top of the motion. Can you get that extra 1/2 inch? We want to feel tall. Third position is toes in. Notice that my knees, again, follow that same direction as the toes. You're doing great. 5 more seconds. Perfect. That's already the end of our lower body set. Feel free to hit pause on the video, grab some water, take as much time as you need for recovery, and come back and we'll start the upper body set. Welcome back. Our upper body set is going to utilize the hand towel. So go ahead and grab it with both hands, pull it taut. We're taking the towel overhead for our lat pull down. So I extend all the way overhead, keeping just a little bend in my elbows, and then I pull the towel under the chin. My focus is really coming from under the armpits, the latissimus dorsi muscle crossing from under the armpits through the back. So I'm feeling that little squeeze, like I painted a letter V on my back and I'm squeezing towards the bottom of the V. I'm also keeping tension on that towel the whole time. Pull it taut, never letting that upper body relax. We want to push through this last 10 seconds of the lat pull down exercise. Moving on to our bent row. Same idea, keeping the towel taut, but now I'm going to hinge from the hips, keeping a neutral spine. I'm going to pull the towel towards my chest, and I would even say the lower part of my chest. I want to keep those elbows squeezing back. So I get to the top and I squeeze. It's not about speed, it's about doing the exercise correctly and feeling that muscle contraction between the shoulder blades. If you want to mix this up a little bit, we pulse at the top. We take it low and pulse at the top, shoulder blade squeeze or bent row. Again, I'm keeping that towel pulled tight. That's key to making this exercise work for you. 10 more seconds. Last one. Moving on to exercise 3, our upright row. So again, I pull that towel tight. I'm going to let it run the length of my torso, always keeping my elbows higher than the towel. This will work through our deltoids, or the top part of that shoulder. If you're feeling coordinated, you can take this into your plie squat that we did earlier. Each of these sets move very quickly. So we have the lower body set, the upper body set, and the core set. You can choose to do them all 3 in a row or split them up throughout the day. Maybe you only have 5 or 6 minutes. That's okay. A little movement's always better than none. 2 more, upright row, and relax. We're moving on to our bicep curl. I'm going to take the towel, bring it behind my thigh, make sure I have good balance on my stabilizing leg, and I'm going to start to lift. So turning to the side here. Level 1 is just going to keep that leg moving, focusing on the arms doing the work. Level 2 is going to take that knee to the top and try to hold the towel. You'll feel the biceps, the upper arms engage as you try to push away with your leg. And it's already time to switch sides. Again, this workout moves fast. This bicep option is kind of creative if you don't have any dumbbells or weights at home. At least this gives you an option to focus on that forward part of the upper arm. And relax, tricep pushback. So I'm actually going to take the towel behind my back. I like palms facing away. And we're going to stand tall. We press that towel away from us. Again, keeping that towel taut the whole time. So this is your level 1 option. Level 2 is going to hinge forward and press that towel towards the ceiling. I keep my hands kind of about torso width apart. Keeps my elbows in close to my body. If you're trying to feel creative, you can actually alternate. We stand 4, 3, 2, 1, hinge. And stand and hinge. Last set, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way to our upright position. Our last exercise of the upper body set, lateral arm circles. So we take those arms out to our sides, out to a T, and give me little forward circles. Good, just like this. I'm thinking about keeping my shoulders low and away from my ears. If this starts to be too intense on the shoulders, you can even drop the hands down a little bit. And we're about halfway through this exercise. If you want to reverse the circles, that's great. If you need a little variety to take your mind off that muscle burn through the deltoids, you can make them little taps or switch palm up, little taps. Either way, shoulder blades are tucked back, down and back. And we push 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. You just finished out the upper body set. If you need to hit pause on the video, go ahead and do that. Grab some water. Make sure you have your mat laid out on the floor because coming up, core exercise. Welcome back. We're ready for set 3 featuring core exercises. You'll want to have your mat ready to go. And if you have the option for a hard floor, we're going to start there with our plank knee tucks. So I set up in what looks like a push-up position. So my wrists are below my shoulders, my feet are on the towel. You're welcome just to hold this plank. Your option for level 1 or a little less intensity would be to take this to the knees. If you're ready for those knee tucks, we're going to slide that towel in and push that towel back. Notice that my hips stay low. This is a 50-second set, so no need to move quickly. We want to keep those abs engaged like we're squeezing into a tight pair of jeans. We button the button and zip the zipper. 20 seconds remaining. You can do this. Push through. One more repetition and relax. Moving to your mat, we're setting up for our Russian twist. My feet are on the floor, my knees are bent. I hinge back, I have my towel pulled tight. I'm gonna twist to the side, center, and other side. If you're looking for added intensity, you can lift the feet up off the floor. Feeling this work through the obliques, that kind of lower part of the, just below the rib cage. Or for added intensity, you can twist and draw those knees in. Choose the level that's best for you. We have 20 seconds remaining on this exercise. If you completed the lower body set and the upper body set with me, you should already have that warm body temperature. One more, and back to center. Our next exercise, the dying bug. I'm gonna lay all the way on my back, bring my feet up off the floor, knees at 90 degrees, engage my abs, gently pressing the low back towards the floor. And I'm gonna push the arms and the feet away from each other. It's important to note that starting position. When you're here, feel the space between your low back and the floor. Maintain that same starting space even as you extend forward. For added intensity, you can straighten the legs, or you can reach towards the toes with each crunch. Again, choose the level that works for you. Some people will move only a few inches. Others will push through a full range of motion. Moving on to exercise number 4, our hip bridge. So we're going to stay on the floor. And when you're ready, we take one foot all the way towards the ceiling, our working leg on the floor. We press through that foot, feeling that hamstring and glute engage. I know it's off the screen, but my foot towards the ceiling is flexed, toes towards my nose. It's like I'm trying to press a button on the ceiling with the heel of my foot. And it's already time to switch legs. Our hip bridge is core exercise number 4 today. We're focusing on those glutes. I know that sometimes we don't think about that as being the core, but they really help support the pelvis, give us a stable base to do all of our daily movement. 2 more. Perfect. Moving on to exercise number 5, our superhero back extensions. I'm going to tuck the towel under my forehead. Hands are down and back, and I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together and lift my feet up off the floor. Feeling this contraction through the low back, never any pinching or pain. You may choose to take the arms overhead for added intensity. You can keep your legs parallel or drive those heels together to feel a little more glute engagement. It's not about speed, it's about control. Lift, pause, release. You may feel the floor, but you never want to rest on the floor. And time for our last exercise. We're rolling to our sides here. I'm tucking the towel just below my rib cage and moving into my external shoulder rotation. So my working arm, the shoulder blade is down and back. I get it as far away from my ear as I can, and I want to lift and squeeze without rotating my torso. So I'm thinking about really keeping the elbow pressed against the towel. These are small muscles right on that posterior shoulder blade. They help keep our shoulder joints stable. And it's already time to switch sides on this exercise. We're going to keep pushing through here. This is our last exercise of the day. If you have the time and you want to complete each side, each arm external shoulder rotation for a full minute, that's great. And it's always good to end with a cool down. So as we come to the end of our video, thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of the TC Fit team. We're so excited to be meeting with you virtually and hope that you all are doing well. It'll be just another week till you see workout of the week number 5.